Alright, we're going to go ahead and fire this up and do the final carb adjustment. I had to mess with the linkage. It was sort of messing with me a little bit, making one of the cylinders drag. So I think I got that straightened out. And I've rechecked everything again. Valve lash, you know, the plugs, all that stuff. I went through everything. I got the leak gauge out. This thing is nice and tight, man. It's got less than 3% leakage, which is phenomenal for a new motor. And yeah, it's sort of scary. So we'll put you in the stand. Let's start it up, let it run for a little bit, and see if you can hear a difference when we tune it up here. It's not puffing anymore, at least. I just got it running better. I've been battling it all morning. I did have to bump the fuel pressure down, still a little high. It's at 3 pounds. And these K-drums probably like 2 more. I had a lot of fuel pressure for some reason. That's how I like my oil pressure. 80 pounds, that's what I'm talking about. Too high on the fuel pressure. Tighten up that belt. It's getting a little noisy there. I didn't like that. That noise makes me nervous. It's the fan beating around. So anyway, it doesn't sound too bad. I don't like these carburetors. I'm not going to lie to you. Probably pass these on to somebody else if it was up to me. And just buy a set of stock K-Drons for this motor. You'd be way better off, you know, jetting them up a little bit. And these carburetors seem to still have a little, be a little on the fat side to me, and could just be too big of a throttle blade for this size of a motor. You know, it's a very large throttle bore compared to what this motor really should have, which is probably a 40mm, like a stock K-Dron. And we're live, like Memorex. There you go, man. It's about as good as I can make it with those carbonators. Sounds like my fan's loose or something. That generator's rattling. Anyway, I think she sounds pretty good. I think you'll be happy. Like I said, carburetors are, they are what they are. They're probably more matched for a bigger motor for sure, but you know, it runs pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and find something to tighten that fan up and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it. We'll put the air cleaners back on there, pull the bell housing off of it, and strap it down to the crate and put some sides on this, and then take one more overall measurement of the crate for you. I think there'd be plenty of room to get the 3 cats in there that we talked about, so you can do the cat juggling thing. So got no oil leaks, pallet's nice and dry. I tightened the strainers up, and I was going to pull the strainer off, change the oil again, and put an insert in that one hole that seemed a little weak, but Greg wants to do that himself. So there you go, buddy. It's timed and tuned as nice as I can make it. I really I'd like to put some smaller carburetors on it, to be really honest with you, but we'll see how it works in the car, you know, how the drivability is. And we might have to tune these over the internet or something. Maybe you can repair that throttle shaft on the stock throttle blades and change those back, but it's got a stripped out throttle shaft and a nut and a bolt holding the throttle blade on. That's not a good idea, you know. So you just double your chance of something coming loose and falling down in the motor that way. But anywho, we'll maybe I'll start it up one more time. I want to find out what that knocking noise is up here in the generator. I think the fan's loose. And like I said, we'll start it up a couple more times, get a little more time on it. But she's running really good. Got really good oil pressure. Got 100 pounds on the rev, you know, idling at about 60, 70 pounds. So that seems like a lot, but it'll, as the motor wears, it tapers off, so you need to compensate. Plus this has got the lobe lifters, the scat lifters with the oiling hole, the direct lobe oiling to the lobe of the cam. So you want to compensate with a little bigger pump, and you know, that just means the case is nice and tight and everything's fresh. So I like to have more oil pressure than not enough, you know what I mean? So at 100 pounds, you got enough to turn at 10,000 RPM and be within the 10 pounds per every 1,000 RPM rule. So there you go. Well, you'll never see that, but let me turn this off and mess around with some stuff, and we'll do another video maybe a little later for you.